fuel stations have not gone down. So, what is responsible for the current situation and the recurrence of the queues at the fuel stations? Who is to blame? Is this all about subsidy? What exactly is the problem between the petroleum marketers, the NNPC, and the government, and the people? What is the problem? What is the solution? What's the way forward? Well, we'll look at all of this, and I have two gentlemen in the studio to help us see if we can get answers to these questions. I know some of us out there are getting also worried. Mr. Ahmed Fashola is the Assistant National Secretary of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And to my right is Mr. Sam Daisi Olisa, who's an economist. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me. Good
all right,
US.
Gentlemen, you have 10 seconds to state your position. Let me begin with you. Who is to blame for this situation?
The imperfections in the oil marketing sector, which is being controlled by MoMA, DIPMA, and IPMA. Okay. That's what I think.
Okay. Who is to blame? He says it's you.
Yeah, no, it's federal government through NNPC.
Okay. All right, we'll take a moment, and when we'll come back, he says it's the marketers. He says it's the federal government through the NNPC, but we'll take a moment, and when we'll come back, we'll get to see how they answer some of the questions that will be coming forth. Do remember you can be a part of the conversations. Tweet at Neo Taigwe or at FaceUp today, or send your mails to faceup@channelstv.com, and keep it short. We'll get back shortly.
Trouble that seemed to worry every resident in the country when it surfaces. Fuel queues, whether rumored, potential, or real, is one sight no one wants to see, let alone remember. So after months of what seemed like a break, some parts of the country yet again started witnessing extended fuel lines. Perhaps in a quick response, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation says it has increased supply to affected areas of Kano, Mina, Suleja, Abuja, and other parts with an additional 306 trucks of PMS, which is the equivalent of 10 million liters. It didn't seem to abate completely, so we set out to know what exactly is happening. We are joined on this trip by the Industry Police, the Department of Petroleum Resources, and our attention is turned to the depots located at Apapa, Lagos. Just how bad can it get? These depots have petroleum products but closed shop to any sales. 45 million liters altogether is what these guys had in their tanks but refused to dispense. The affected depots are D. Jones, Eternal Oil, and Total. And to deter them from such habits, the DPR had to seal them off.
Those depots that had been found wanting, not operating, we've asked them to come to DPR and profile reasons for why there are no operations in their premises. Those that are loading still proceed with their loading operation.
Some months back, speculations were rife that the federal government may review downward the pump price of petroleum products. So I also sought from the DPR director how true this was.
There is no fact before us yet that the prices may go down, other than that stipulated by government, which is 87 naira for petrol at the pump head, and also at the depot 77 66 kobo, 77 naira 66 kobo at the depot, ex-depot. So the situation has not changed.
According to the DPR, 365 million liters are currently warehoused in depots across the country, with an additional 800 liters to be discharged by the weekend, arguing that there's absolutely no reason for any panic buy, as there is sufficiency for a 30-day supply.
So, the DPR says, or the NNPC and co, say there's sufficiency for 30-day supply. But that doesn't look like that's the situation across the country. We already have the tweets and the comments that are coming in. But as we said, keep it short and we'll get back to take your comments quickly. So, Mr. Lisa, maybe you asked a question. He says they don't have any business. It's not their fault, but you say it's their fault. So maybe you should ask him the question why he says it's not their fault.
Well, he's an official of IPMA. I know there is MoMA, that is Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria.
So let's just put them in an umbrella.
We have DAPMA.
Marketers.
Okay. It's from the report we have just watched, we've done a very good investigative journalism. We can see that there are enough work for the next 30 days stock, but they are not dispensing. So is that the fault of the federal government or NNPC that they are not dispensing and they will have enough stock that will last for 30 days? That's my first question. Will you be able to enlighten me?
Well, I will regard that statement as a political statement. When you said we have